Hello everyone, welcome back to Laser Penguin Games. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Soul Shatter Necro in Diablo 2 BXL Sigma. And this one, took a lot of runes and time to build, and look at this guild first. You guys get to see it. Okay. Doing here. Alright. So on the reward page, I maxed out Jin. I just put one on talents. On graveyard. This is where it's going to get weird too, because our attack is not an attack, not a spell. I don't even know what to classify it as, but basically you sacrifice a minion to emit shockwaves. Which don't really fall under anything. They really have, and it's only doing 45% weapon damage. Not great. But for our melee tree, Carnage, Parasite, one of things, Death, and I maxed out Death Lord. We have a few points in the crossbow tree now because I was doing some testing, but you can kind of ignore those. You do get more damage for adding Dragonfire Oil, but it's just not worth it compared to the other skills we're going to be putting in. So in the support tree, we're going to max out Embalming. I want to sacrifice. Yeah, I put quite a bit here in Death Pact, which I would have put a few more if I hadn't put them in the bow tree, the crossbow tree, which is the last skill, and then I maxed out Death Ward, and I only have one in Blood Skeleton. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. We're just getting mostly toughness out of it, and our Jins are going to help us with some Fire Pierce. Let's tell you, look at the stats of the gear here. Okay, so for stats, pretty much just strength and vitality. I have no attack rating on Soul Shatter. It should just hit. So don't worry about dexterity, and we are a Scythe strength class build. This is the main pieces of this build are the Maria here, which is there is a non-Zis version as well you can test out, which also has Soul Shatter on it as well. This goes up to 28 Soul Shatter, and I got 27, which is pretty decent. And I also built mine in a real Bone Splitter. Added attack speed jewels, which are just not even necessary, but at least this can be used for other builds now. And it's indestructible, so it still does like a pretty decent high damage and has some other good stuff on it. The other piece is the 2 set, so you'll see here the offering is a Necromancer or skill set, just a helmet and amulet. And it's going to give us 200 fire damage per level in Soul Shatter. So, it for the. I'm going to put some weird jewels in here just for more life and extra skills. It appears. I finally made my first Natasha's Legacy here, and it has some pretty decent stats actually. Pierce is a little bit low, but at least it's not 0. But I did get like max on the elemental resists and pretty high physical resist as well. And we have a ton of defense on there. Because this is a weird ability, we can actually use the Rodeo Tramplers for this build, which is obviously mostly for Pierce. And then we have this extra added Death Blossom if we want to use it. But it's mostly we get skills, movement speed, Fire Pierce, everything we want is in these boots. And it's not stopping us from using any of our actual moves that we're using right now, because all we're using is melee, summon, and support skills anyways. For rings, I just ended up using 2 seals of Nephilim Kings that are +2 to all skills, just to get more strength and vitality. And any plus the skills is going to give us our 200 fire damage per skill up. For belt, using Everyman. There's a few other belts you can use for this for sure. Anything with skills or and fire pierce is probably fine. But this is, I just had it to get extra stats, more defense. And I'm using Lore Keepers. Yeah, I didn't really. Normally I'd be probably filling this with raw runes for more pierce, like I had mostly in Audio Champlers here, but I ended up just putting in one jewel there, leaving the jewels here. But I would have added probably 5 more raw runes there to get my pierce over 100. But you'll see why I didn't in a second here when we go test it out. Other than that, pretty straightforward. We have Shemenka like we normally do. I'm gonna buff up with Graveyard and Death Lord. Our max skeletons is only 3 and 5. I'm gonna go to the Triune here and just see this, what this build can do. So it does get a little bit tricky if you go anywhere where there's skeleton enemies, trying to click on them to sacrifice them. So you'll notice that we're actually pretty tough. We have like really high resist and our life pretty high, but problem becomes the damage. So you'll see we're doing about 10k and it fires off 3 times every time we but it's just not a lot of damage. It's not very much damage at all. We can still probably do some level 120 areas. A repeating crossbow. I guess the game's trying to tell us something. But collect a few cycles as well while we're here. I'm trying to summon skeletons as close as I can because I just need to sack them so that I can do my AoE. I feel like we're doing like bad and we can survive in high level areas too, but it becomes kind of grindy, the damage. Fortunately, I don't know why it only does 45% weapon damage or only adds 200 fire damage per level. Like you can see here, 63. I'm at level 63. It's just not doing enough to really do. You definitely can't really do bosses with this. And okay for for farming, like, oh, we just got, wow, really? Are we even over there? Back in. Like we have to do much just here. If you're paying attention, you don't really you probably won't die like that, but there is not much sustainability, so at any like big damage fight too, we don't really have any way to sustain ourselves in this build. Because we're not actually swinging, we can't leech any life in any way. So we can't have on hit, and we're doing fire damage. So we don't have any like big regen, so unless you have like a relic with like sacred armor or something else like that where it's going to give you the high regen, you're basically just going off your toughness and your health pots. And we do have high defense. We have like 800,000 something, so we have goes down to 300 as soon as you take off your Death Lord, but the gens don't really do much damage at all. The skeletons also don't do anything really either, just for sacking. I would say that this is kind of like the SMG, where it's just like, it was really exciting to try, and it's still fun. It's still fun to try it out, but not really good viable build. It has a lot of drawbacks to it. Even use the Death Blossom better. You gonna use the Death Blossom? No. As we run out of summons, we start dying. I didn't even kill. Oh no. I used, well, I mean, the armor is really good to have for other builds to try there, the Nats armor, but I ended up using 7 Zis runes for this build, and it kind of crapped out after, so it feels a little bit bad, but I'm glad I could show you guys the set. Well, it's trying both. We got the set we're trying, and a Zis rune word, so we expected more from such high quality items, but that's just how it is. Sometimes you just crap out. Oh wait, we never picked up that Gothic plate? Where are you, Gothic plate? Health pots? Wow, those gens just die so fast. You can sack the gens too, but it's not it's not a great idea. They already die quick enough. Are we even hurting this thing? Uh-oh. Oh wow, they all just loaded. I mean, we should have high, like our fire resist is really high. Didn't get hurt too badly. Here, I'm gonna, yeah, see, so bad. Oh my gosh. How many guys do I gotta sack? Alright, let's look at the armor. Saying it's there. Other plate. Wait? Is it down here? Oh, life is beginning. Ah, it's all the way up here. Oh, I actually killed that one pretty quick. I think it was already low health. Alright, we got E. That's all good. Go. Back to town. I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this one? I'm glad I tried it though. I went all in on it. Oh, that was the crossbow we found here. The different build entirely as well. Picked up. That's another thing about this build. Since you're always clicking on minions, you just pick up random shit. That's another annoying part. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video anyway. We'll see what we come up with for the next video, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello everyone who made it to the end of the video. This is LaserPen Games, reminding you to smash that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps out. And if you're looking for even more content, check out my Patreon here, where I post exclusive video content every month, and you'll have access to all of that.